Welcome to the Fireside Chat Acquisition Edition. We have the leaders of Bond and Armadillo here together, and we are really excited to, speak to various different audiences, whether internal or external, about the acquisition, why now, and some of the things us as leaders are really passionate about. So maybe we start there, and Morana, I'll throw it over to you first, and then you could throw it to James. But why now? Why is the timing right?
I don't believe there's a better time for us to be joining forces with Armadillo. Our clients are increasingly looking to maximize the investment that they've made in their MarTech suites. They are looking to create better one-to-one personalization to drive depth of relationships, depth of engagement with their consumers, and they ultimately need their marketing dollars to go further. Combining Armadillo's capability in CRM, in strategy, data-backed strategy, and their depth of knowledge in the world's leading MarTech stack with Bond's proprietary intelligence, our depth of understanding what drives loyal consumers makes this a powerhouse moment, not just for our business and for our people, but for the growth of our clients, which drives both of these cultures and the way that we operate our businesses.
Really well said. James, how do you feel about it?
Well, I feel pretty good about it, obviously. I think the build I would make on that is specialism. And I think our experience predominantly in the UK and European markets has been clients are becoming increasingly keen and hungry for businesses that really specialise in this area. I think that's been the reason behind our success. So for us, joining with Bond maintains that specialism. It beefs it up and broadens it, but it absolutely maintains it. And I still think that is absolutely what clients need. So for us, being able to offer that specialism enhanced, I think on roids is the way my colleague Joe described it, is really exciting.
I love that. Love to hear it. Rob, I know you have said a couple times about extending the capability and growing the capability. Can you talk a little bit about what you think this means for the Bond business now?
Bond has been working really hard for many years to assemble all of the pieces that are required for modern day, comprehensive, intelligence-led engagement solutions. And for us, that means collecting the specialties, as James just talked about, and being able to assemble those specialties in a manner that makes sense for each of the client problems. One of those specialties that has been evolving very, very quickly is the world of digital marketing and CRM. And we're really excited to be able to continue to offer that inside our solutions, but now offer it in a manner that's enhanced by everything that's been acquired and now provided by Armadillo. That blending of those capabilities with our intelligence, strategy, technology, obsession with loyalty mechanics, I think is going to be something that clients really benefit from.
It's well said. And Joe, I'm wondering if maybe you could put a little bit of a client lens on it, right? And what you're hearing from current clients, prospective clients, and why you think this would matter to them.
Thanks. One of the things that really excited to us about Bond is that proprietary customer insight that you guys have got. And we, to an extent, have looked for those customer truths, that insight, but we've never had the depth and the capability to be able to do that in as kind of sophisticated way as you guys do. So bringing that in, the other side of what we do, we lean into loyalty so much that being able to have not only the actual technology where we can influence the roadmap for how that can integrate with the MarTech solutions that all of our clients have, but also from a perspective of really being able to kind of develop loyalty programs for our clients when often they're trying to do it themselves because they're not sure what solution to buy or how to do that. The partnership between and now being part of Bond will allow us to do that in a much deeper way.
Well said. I think we're touching on some really interesting things from a technology overlap and a services overlap and the things we could provide to the market. Morana, do you want to talk a little bit about, and you touched on this a little bit earlier, but just culturally, the alignment between the organizations and how coming together will start to take shape, whether that's for our employees or with some of our joint customers, your vision for how this starts to happen together.
Yeah, so thanks for asking that question. And I think lots of business books are written about successful acquisitions, and often they don't go so successfully. And I think part of the reason is because they're looked through the lens of financials. For Bond, any add-on, any acquisition is very much a strategic conversation. First and foremost, it has to be a capability that is going to meet the needs of our clients and that is going to help us propel our clients' ambitions and objectives. Number two, it has to be culturally aligned. The organization that comes into our business has to share the same values, the same philosophy on the experience we want to not just deliver for our clients, but also for our people. And we have looked at so many organizations. We knew we wanted the depth of CRM capability. And we've looked at so many organizations over the last couple of years and looking for those two criteria: best in breed in what they do with a culture and values that align to Bond. And from the first day that we met Armadillo, we knew we had found the one. They are the best at what they do when it comes to one-to-one relationship, marketing and engagement. But beyond that, their philosophy on leading their business from a client-centric perspective, the client need first, the client problem first, is exactly how they've developed. And the culture they have created with their team members and how focused they are on creating opportunity for their team members is so aligned to ours. And so it is why we just feel like this is an absolute perfect fit, not just for our clients, but just as importantly for our people and the opportunity we're going to create for them.
Very well said. And James, that sort of brings me to the point of so what's next? What's coming? So over the next 90 days, what do you feel like are your top priorities in terms of, getting the teams together, starting to get some of the capabilities aligned and figuring out the go-to-market approach? What do the next 90 days look like?
They're going to be fun and they're going to be busy. That's and fast.
A little bit of time in North America.
I think we've got a lot of stuff to do, and we have to bring our business into Bond, which doesn't present anything scary. It's just got to be done. I think going back to this point about cultural alignment, that doesn't present any concerns to us because it's just about getting two organisations that are already on the same page just plugged in, practically. So that'll happen. I think what we'll be doing is managing a really precise balance between continuity and developing and change. So the continuity needs to come from for our clients, our clients. I mean, they're all our clients now, but the clients that Armadillo brings into the Bond family, we need to make sure that their experience remains excellent and isn't disrupted by integration things that are going on behind the scenes. But we also want to get on and start to work together to bring some of these capabilities together and to make that real for our people and our clients. So I think the next 90 days will be about striking the right balance between those two things, practically integrating, no disruption, but starting to do some cool stuff as part of the collective that we're now in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really well said. Rob, why don't you maybe close us out here with that's the next 90 days. If we zoom out even further, what does this partnership look like and where does the growth come from for, a couple of years from now with these two organizations together?
I think for me, the number one opportunity is in more integrated, comprehensive, complete solutions for our clients. We've always been exceptionally good at harnessing data for personalization and deliberate interventions with clients. We've always been very good at developing strategy for programs that engage clients. We've always been very good at developing the technology ecosystems that are required. And we've always been lean in forward on the marketing components that come after all of that. We now have even more reasons for clients to say, let's stay with Bond for the comprehensive solution, as opposed to handing off to others. Others within their agency network, others within their own kind of in-house capabilities. So we're expecting a lot of expansion for our existing clients and a lot of market opportunity from others who are realizing that we may be the only ones now who can bring such comprehensive capabilities to bear.
Really, really well said. I want to thank everyone for spending a couple minutes with us here in our fireside chat. This was the first, but definitely not the last of this crew getting together and communicating out, like we said, to our people, to our clients, et cetera. We are really, really excited about the opportunity we have to make both our employees and our clients' lives better over the next couple of months and years. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with us.